Susan Warner denounces the cult of true womanhood through the use of sympathy because of a little girl named Ellen Montgomery, who must attain to the ideals of true womanhood at a young age. The attributes of true womanhood, by which a woman judged herself and was judged by her husband, her neighbors, and her society, could be divided into 4 cardinal virtues: piety, purity, submissiveness, and domesticity. Without them, all was ashes. With them, she was promised happiness and power. Religion or piety was the core of a woman's virtue, the source of her strength. Young men looking for a mate were cautioned to search first for piety, for if that were there, all else would follow. Religion belonged to a woman by divine right, a gift of God and nature. This peculiar susceptibility to religion was given her for a reason. The vestal flame of piety, lightened up by heaven in the breast of woman, would throw its beams into the naughty world of men. So far would the candle power reach that the universe might be enlightened, improved, and harmonized by woman, bringing the world back from its revolt and sin. Upon the loss of her mother, Ellen begins to go through a series of trials she should be able to go through as a woman, but she can't because of her age. With every new trial, Warner brings a new true womanhood ideal to the table, causing the audience to disapprove of true womanhood due to the empathy that Warner is able to elicit from her readers towards Ellen. Warner brings the idea that a true womanhood is categorized by her devotion to the higher power. There are many religious quotes, including, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," indicating that women should always turn to the divine for help in struggles with their daily lives. In this case, it's a mother and daughter being separated. Not only does it represent the ideology of divinity, it also represents the ideology of submissiveness. The words Ellen reads makes her mother accept the inevitable separation being caused by her husband. Warner elicits sympathy from readers due to the fact that a child and her mother should never be separated at such a young age. It's something anyone can relate to here because everyone has a mother. And Ellen actually cries here, which causes us to think that the divine can't help her in any situation, because if Ellen doesn't believe it, we don't believe it. It's futile to remain strong because of a higher power when it's better to let emotions come out in the moment, hence denouncing true womanhood. This cult also covets that women shouldn't be as educated as men are. Therefore, women being able to read is a novelty. In fact, in that time, many men published papers announcing their disengagement from novels that were written by women. There are passages in the novel that Warner puts that shows Ellen and her mother reading together for the last time before they're separated. These images raise the bar of a woman. During the 1850s, women weren't considered literate, and they weren't even allowed the right of education. Surprisingly enough, novels like The Wide Wide World by Susan Warner were emerging and engaging many audience members, infuriating the writers. A lot of writing still reflected on what a woman should be, and while Warner has Ellen reading to her mother a scripture from the Bible, she's justifying the work against true womanhood. In another passage, where Ellen has to read to Fortune's mother, her grandmother, Ellen is quite tired, but as she reads, she becomes engrossed beautifully in what she's reading. Anything that makes Ellen happy makes Warner's readers happy, and Warner creates the feeling that reading is worthwhile and an acceptable escape from the trials of work attached to womanhood. Ellen, as a child, should be allowed to roam free and enjoy her childhood, but she's forced to work beyond her years. We empathize with Ellen when she goes outside to learn about the world around her of her own free will, but she's forced to do work around the house. And we get upset when Ellen has to work instead of indulging in her education. And Warner purposefully sets up these contradictions so that her readers can choose which side they want to take. We rejoice when Ellen is able to explore and meet people nicer than Fortune, the woman behind the work and trouble of Ellen's life. Women are expected to work and to take care of the household and make it their sole purpose in life. And because Ellen is not able to escape from this work, we cry when she has to take care of the house on her own. Women are supposed to take care of the household and make it their sole purpose in life. But Ellen shouldn't have to do all of this, especially not at that young of an age. So we scream with Ellen when she can't go forth with her studies, but she has to make butter instead. Warner is able to get these emotions to come about from other women readers in the 19th century who read to escape the daily toils of their lives at home. And it's not just from 20th century readers, and this is because she has a child doing all of the work. Because Ellen, as a child, is doing all of the work, it doesn't matter what century the readers are in. The readers have their emotions evoked, and they also begin to denounce the cult of true womanhood.